Hello everyone, this is Dr. Safia. I'm going live for the first time, so I'm just testing if anyone's there or not. How many people of you will watch me? Let's see. I don't know how to check how many people are there. Okay, I'm seeing comments already. Walaikum assalam. First of all, yes, assalamu alaikum to all of you. Thank you for tuning in. I'll wait for more people to join. Hello everyone. I'm fine, thank you. How are you guys doing? So let's see if you have any questions to ask me, because I know there have been so many comments and I was not able to answer each one of you, although I tried. So if there's something you want to ask me, you can ask me now. Is everyone able to hear me properly? Because I don't have any mic actually. Okay, so many of you ask me about any book for DHA. See, honestly speaking, if it's about the GP exam, the DHA exam for GPs is not really difficult. I was able to pass in my first attempt. As long as you know your basics well, whatever you studied during your MBBS, then it's going to be easy. They have different sets of questions that can come. For example, for me, it also depends on luck. Like, I got all questions from gynecology. Some people say they got from, like, let's say pediatrics more. It depends. But when it comes to a book, there's no specific book for DHA, but I always recommend USMLE Step 2 CK, because that's a overall very good book to have. So there's no special book. Let me see what else you're asking. Hope that answers your question. Okay, so someone has asked me about information about observership. That's like externship. Actually, I just know this much, that you can do, we call it attachments over here. So in the DHA hospitals, that includes Rashid Hospital and Dubai Hospital, as well as Latifa Hospital. So if you go onto the DHA website, you will find some information about how to do that observership or attachment. So you have to pay for that. From what I know, it's 1,000 dirhams per month. It could have changed. I'm not up to date with the recent information, but you can apply for it through that website. And yeah, you just have to pay, and there's some, like, you have to give your CV and some basic information. I've never done it myself, so I cannot give you more detailed information, but yes, that's an idea of it. Some people are asking me how easy is it to get a job from in Dubai after doing MBBS in India. See, it's not so difficult, but the job market now has gone down because of the COVID. I don't know. In general, things are not so good. There are job opportunities there, if you see from the job websites like Indeed.com and stuff. There are many posts for the GP positions, but unfortunately the salaries have become very low. Mainly because people are willing to do the jobs for lesser pay, but that's the reality of it. So it all depends on luck, but there are opportunities, there are vacancies. The more experience you have, the more chance you have. That's all I'm going to say. Thank you. I wanted to do this live thing for a long time now, especially since I've got a lot of subscribers already, and I'm so happy that I hit more than 3,000 subscribers. So thank you to all of you for making my channel grow. I have interesting questions. I'm not able to read all of them. Let me take some time. Best to go, Ireland or Dubai? See, honestly speaking, we know that UK, US, Australia, these are all like more better known. If you get your qualifications from this part of the world, it's only going to be recognized in the Arab states, like the Gulf states. So even if you specialize over here, it's only by the Arab board. So if you have an international qualification, that means from the UK, Ireland, or US, then of course you will be in a much better position. So someone who goes for that is going to be much better than someone who's doing their experience in Dubai. Frank opinion. So that's more competitive, of course, but it's more worth it. In the UK, the thing is that pay-wise, it's not good from what I know, because there are taxes, there are a lot of things, and in the junior positions, you don't get enough, like, you don't get a high salary, but it's enough to pay the bills or something. But it's a long road, but eventually it's going to be much more worth it, because what you get in the end is going to be internationally recognized. Is it possible to do house job in UAE after doing MBBS from Pakistan? No, actually, this question. We are able to do the house job here, but I'm sorry, my face is cut off. Actually, the position of the camera is like that. So it's possible to do the house job, but the places are very much limited, and it's going to be given to those who are already residents of Dubai. There's more chances to get into it. But if you're like, you need to have a resident visa, and you can apply for it. There are people who, for example, they do their MBBS degree from China, and then they apply for the internship, and they're able to do it. Internship equals to house job, by the way. That's what we call in Pakistan and India as well, I think. So you can do it, but the chances are less. Is it necessary to know the Arabic language to get a job there? See, honestly speaking, Arabic language is always a very big advantage. Like, you will stand out if you know Arabic language. You will have much more job opportunities, and being like knowing the Arabic language, since it's an Arabic country, is preferred. But it's not necessary. Like, there are many people, including me, I don't know good Arabic. I know basics because I've done my house job here and I've studied here. I know the basic working Arabic language which is needed in the medical field, but in general I'm not fluent in Arabic. So it's always better if you know more Arabic. It's going to help you. You're going to stand out from the rest of the people. But it's not unnecessary. It's not a requirement, because this is an international country. People are there from many different nationalities and talk in English. Even the Arabs know English. It might be like not good English, but everyone does have limited, at least some language, English requirements, you know. Is it mandatory for MBBS graduate with eligibility letter to come to Dubai for attending interview? Yes, actually, it's always best to be here, present in the country when you're looking for the job, because they would first call you, and after you're shortlisted, they will definitely arrange an interview with you. So you need to be present for the interview. If you're outside the country, they might not consider you, because there are already way too many people inside the country who are looking for the job. So they have a lot of candidates. They will prefer people who are already present here. Some comments are very entertaining. For pharmacist, well, if I was with my pharmacist friends, I only have a couple of them. I could have taken some of the hints from them. I don't know much about the pharmacist interviews or exams. Welcome. I'm happy that you're appreciating my videos. Okay, pros and cons of working in Dubai as compared to India. Surely I will think of this, and I might talk about it in one of my videos. Especially because I have some friends who graduated from Dubai and they're doing their job in India now. About the psychiatry specialty exam, see, I'm not the best person to give this information because I don't know about it. Uh, if I know someone, then I will get the information. But honestly, I like to find out information for you guys, but I don't know everything at the back of my head. Like, I am not, I need to research on my own before I give out information, you know. I know mostly about the general practitioner because that's what my road is. I know all the information about that. The rest of the things I sometimes don't know. Hmm. I don't know how many people of you are watching. I hope it's a lot of you, judging from the comments. Makes me happy, you know. I don't know, did I miss any questions? Teen people at present. Thank you for telling me. About Ireland. Actually, I don't know the detailed information. I know about the UK that many of the people say that they just have enough to go by, like they don't have any savings. They don't earn that much, especially if they're in a junior position and when they're first starting out. Especially in this foundation years, they don't get paid much. Uh, but I don't know about how it goes later on. It might become better, but in Dubai, the pays are better than the UK. In general, that's the rule. That's what I heard. All of you, many of you might know that I was first planning to go to UK, and the thing is with the whole COVID situation, plus many other things that came into place, I gave up on the road. I still have chances of going for PLAB 2 because I have the OVT which is still valid. I have my PLAB 1 exam which is it's not been 2 years yet, but I still don't know. I don't think that road is good because I'm not that much experienced, and also many of the people who've given PLAB 2, they've passed and they're still not able to find a good job opportunity there. So let's see. Rahul, okay, I've read your question. So right now the situation is not so stable, as you know, because of the COVID cases increasing and a lot of restrictions are there. But if she is able to come here, then I would say she should apply everywhere. Don't leave anything out, because once you get the interview calls, you need to see how the job offer is, what is the package. In general, the rule is that clinics tend to pay less and they have lesser benefits, and they try to get people with lesser experience, while people in the hospital, they will get people with the extensive experience, and the package for the payment, everything will be much better. So everyone's dream is to be working at a big hospital because of the benefits. So the aim should be hospital, but don't rule out other places, even because what happens is, for example, if you have a lot of experience in your home country, but many of the employers here, they look for people who have experience in Dubai or UAE. They would prefer that. So many times people have to downgrade themselves, like they might have to work for lesser than they expect for at least 1 year, so that they can put that on the CV that they've worked in Dubai also. And then after that there will be a huge jump that, okay, this person has experience in their home country plus they have their experience in UAE, so then they can plan to go in better places. Sorry people, actually I know there have been way too many comments. I try to read, I try to reply to as many people as possible, but sometimes I can miss. And regarding some of the DHA resources, I've sent to around, I would say, more than 800 people by now, and still I have so many messages coming in that we want to get the material, please tell us, and things like that. But really it's difficult because I also work full time, so whenever I get time I try to forward the mails, but unfortunately many people are not coming back to the comment section to help others out. I mean, I have to individually send everyone. So I'm sorry if you didn't get the resources, but I already sent to more than 800 people, that I'm sure of. About the salary of a general practitioner, I've already made a detailed video about the jobs, about the salaries. You should definitely watch that video, it would be of help to you. Is EMRI more difficult than PLAB? No, in my opinion, EMRI is not difficult, but it's about having practice from the previous question banks. EMRI is not difficult to pass. The point is that you have to score as high as possible to score, like to get a chance in the residency, because they will call only, let's say, the first 10% of the people, like you have to score more than 90%, things like that. Passing is easy, majority of the people pass, but you have to score as high as possible to land a chance for the residency interview. Lab is more, I think in my opinion, it is difficult than MD, and has better questions, better scenarios, more logical exam. But EMRI is, sometimes you would feel like even if you've studied a lot, there are some questions which you wouldn't know, because unless you've already practiced from the previous question bank, so many people, they practice from there and questions can repeat, and without thinking that they can give that answer and they will score high. So also, you know that for EMRI there are, I think, 4 to 5 sessions starting from December until March. So there are exams, monthly exams. In December there is, in December, Jan, Feb, March. Okay, so many people, they would give all the exams to choose the one in which they score the highest, and then they will use that one for applying for residency. So it's a matter of luck also, because sometimes the exam would turn out to be easier than the other session. So if you really want to get into residency, you should apply for all the exams. You should give all 4 to 5 exams that happen. So actually, regarding the CV is a very important aspect of finding a job. You need to try to make good out, like the CV should look good, it should be precise, at the same time it should have all the information. There are many websites which will show you how the ideal CV should look like, because many of the employers, they will judge you from the CV itself. And there is no concept of giving the CVs directly to the HR. Mostly from my experience and people I know, majority of them have applied through the job portals online. So I don't know about directly giving to the HR. If you're able to do so, and if you have contacts, then why not? Maybe that will give you better opportunities. So go ahead with that. But majority of the people have no choice but to apply through job portals. Everything is online nowadays. Mm, pediatrics, let me see. Pediatrics and all the specialties, in fact, are so much in demand in this country. So many people come here with a lot of experience and they land good jobs in the hospitals. So if you have experience,
ये खाना है?
okay, sorry for the interruption. I had someone coming in. um, Physiotherapist opinions. I don't understand what you mean by the question. Sorry. Okay, so if we compare the salaries from our home countries, which is definitely in rupees, you would be earning much less. The It's much better to come here. Even though the market is down now compared to before, you would still be earning much more than what you're earning in India. That is for sure. And that's the reason this is a very popular place for the doctors to come. They always try to find a job here because of the, first of all, it's a safe country, it's a good lifestyle. Yes, it is expensive to live here, but the safety the country has to offer, and the weather aspect is not so good, but it's still, like, many people prefer to stay here. You get used to the life here. It's very good, and the pay is also good if we compare to our home countries. But if you see the situation and you compare to, let's say, a few years ago, the pays were much higher. Now the problem is that many clinics and small practices, they are they're not, they've introduced a concept of commissions, okay, and they are reducing the fixed salary as much as possible. So everything is based on commission, income sharing basis. So depends on how many patients are coming to you, and that gives rise to a lot of competition, and you tend to have lesser salaries. So that's one of the problems nowadays. Even for specialists, they are actually many people, they're having to do part times. So there are so many visiting specialist doctors even at my clinic. They don't work in a permanent place. They have to have a part-time license to go to other clinics to get extra payment, of course. So I don't know if all of what I'm saying is helpful to you guys or not, but let's see if there are any more questions. No, for the residency, from my knowledge, you have to do the MRE exam the same year. I don't think you can apply it from the last year's exam result. This I'm not so sure of actually, but I think so. You have to take the MRE exam again, and then you can apply for the same, for that same year. Maybe the results expire, but I'm not so sure of this one, okay? But let me tell you, Emory is very competitive. There are very less seats for residents, and they have clearly stated that they prefer Arabs first. First is for the locals, then comes people from the GCC countries, and then the rest of the Arab countries, and then we have the people like us. So you can imagine the competition, and the seats are very less. And after you go through all of that, you will only be recognized as a specialist in the Arab world, in the GCC countries, not anywhere else. So you can weigh yourself if it's worth doing, if it's worth trying for specialization in Dubai or not. In my opinion, frankly, it's not. That's why I didn't try for it. I've given the MRI, but I've never applied for residency. I just wanted to try out the exam, so I've given the MRI. Physiotherapy is also quite in demand here, but in each hospital or clinic setting, there are not many seats for it. Like maybe they will have one or two physiotherapists in one place. It's not like they will hire a lot of them. So if that gives you an idea. Okay, so this is a very good question. How do we choose which department is suitable, which means what you want to specialize in? That really depends on what the person likes. When you're doing the house job, you will find out which department you enjoyed the most, and where do you see yourself in the future. Like you will get a hint of it. Majority, like so many people are there who know from beforehand, like during the time when they're doing MBBS, that they want to become this, they want to specialize in this, for example. But when you do your house job or internship, that's when you actually really find out if it's meant to be for you or not, because you will be rotating in all the departments, you will experience everything. So you will come to a decision by the end of your internship, and it's better to wait until that time, until you experience everything before deciding. So always keep your options open. I still wonder if I could specialize in something else because I still have time, but I will leave this for another video. I will talk about this whole aspect of specialization and about being a doctor and mental health related to doctors, because I have seen so many doctors who are depressed. Thank you so much. I am happy that you people enjoy watching my videos. Unfortunately, I don't have enough time to shoot more videos. Otherwise, by this time, my channel would have been monetized. It's still not monetized. There's a little way to go, only a little bit, and I don't have much time for this. I feel nice talking to all of you. I mean, it's like talking to a big community. So this is a fun session. I would do this more frequently, but for now, I think that's it. Sorry for all of you, the people who I was not able to answer because there were comments coming in. I don't know if I missed something. Thank you for tuning in, guys. So all of you, I'll see you next time. I hope you had a fun session and it was informative for you all. And sorry, my view is not so good here. All right then. Take care, everyone.